If you hear the luck in some people, you cannot believe your ears. I am not talking about small things such as making money from the scratch or winning the claim that they entered. I do not care about thousands of dollars of money, and there are such lucky people in the world until they find a table with the value of a scavenger wealth from street gold, as if they get their share in the rest of us. There are, because we cannot be said that we are very lucky. If you want this kind of videos to continue, it will be enough to take your 2 seconds and press the like button. Number 10. This is exactly what happened in this story when a guy who was working on recycling saw that there were pieces of paper at the bottom of the canister that looked like green money, and I would yes'll go on with my job, like, if I were this guy, I'd say they were probably pieces of paper, but this guy proved to be smart and decided to look at what happened, and these were accidentally discarded savings bonds, American United States savings bonds. The value of these bonds issued by the man found the value of the bonds exactly $22,000. Man opened the phone to find the owner of the bonds. Buyer many places to get the money to the owner of this story provided a happy ending to the end of no sound sikarmiup money itself alability but a virtuous man. Really, if you find something like this, what do you do? Number 9. This is exactly what happened in this story when a guy who was working on recycling saw that there were pieces of paper at the bottom of the canister that looked like green money, and I would yes'll go on with my job, like, if I were this guy, I'd say they were probably pieces of paper, but this guy proved to be smart and decided to look at what happened, and these were accidentally discarded savings bonds, American United States savings bonds. The value of these bonds issued by the man found the value of the bonds exactly $22,000. Man opened the phone to find the owner of the bonds. Buyer many places to get the money to the owner of this story provided a happy ending to the end of no sound sikarmiup money itself alability but a virtuous man. Really, if you find something like this, what do you do? Number 8. Everyone knows that abandoned warehouses are ideal places to find treasure, but no one actually expects such a thing. This usually happens in movies, but finally in real life, the event took place where the TV program called Warehouse War stores, so ordinary cameras were not even on, but actually something much more interesting than they predicted was the gold bars and silver bars in the form of bullion and coins. Last month he bought the warehouse unit at auction from the company that produced the Warehouse Wars program, 16 gold Spanish coins, many silver Spanish coins, gold and silver ingots, all of which are said to exceed $500,000, not a bad win for an investment of $1,100.
Number 7.
Next story very interesting. Many things can prevent what happened but somehow everything went well. First of all, this family should have been on vacation, but they had to stay home after the fridge broke down, and they bought a scratch card and jumped into the trash and didn't even think about it for the rest of the day. Then somehow the ticket suddenly came to the man's mind, or decided to take it out. It's less than being bitten. It's an incredible chance that this family will take the ticket that won the lotto and throw it away, but then recover it again. Number 6. A lot of people leave their furniture in the street next to the trash. What this woman found was an old couch, and the woman who left the house to get a much more valuable double coffee from the table noticed a red painting from behind the trash, took the painting home for no reason. The frame to the painting was very cheap. Video thinking he didn't, but he was given 15 grand for that favor, which is better than nothing. He would have been a little bit cocky in some of them for delivering something of such value, but I guess it's worth discarding the wall you don't know before you go to sleep to remember that you're a good person. It isn't. Number 5. Many people will find that if he knows something valuable, but soon the story shows that this is not always the case, that the fisherman's anchor seashells in a shell holder, but the story would have ended there as he decided to bring good lucky home, but the house after the fire in that seashell was a gift to a tourism official in this shell found out that find was an incredibly valuable, worth hundreds of millions of dollars in what may be the world's largest pearls. This isn't a story. Number 4. $500 may not seem much compared to the other fortunes on this list, but to this man this money came as Medicine Man was unemployed for 4 years and had just separated from his wife, so it wasn't a mess. Not just here, it was his birthday, so he was waiting for a miracle that would change his life. Customer in front of him during the market show a lottery ticket, threw it in the trash. Guy so desperate to collect 2 pieces. Number 3. The next story goes that a man bought a painting just because he liked its frame so much that the man who separated it from the painting threw it in the trash, and then when he found out that it was worthless, he threw it in the trash. Yes, it seems like it didn't end with a happy ending, but the picture of the man had something to pay for, which was used to hide an original print of the Declaration of Independence, one of only 24 copies of the table on the back of the frame. The ink was preserved as it was the first day. The man did not throw it. Number 2. Most of these 2 families had a happy question, but this one unfortunately does not end well. This man did not know what there was Bitcoin mining in the first days, but then he took his computer parts and threw it into a random drawer in the hard disk, no problem, but then he accidentally threw the hard disk and realized his mistake exactly 4 years later. This really sucks because the value of his Number 1. Winning the lottery is one of people's biggest dreams, so it's no surprise that an argument over a ticket was brought to court. This story as if it were a scenario where a man bought every ticket in the store but scored the $1 million prize-winning ticket. Another man found the ticket in the trash. 2 men technically went to court to figure out who the ticket belonged to, but the rich man died before the court. After the video, you might want to buy yourself a pair of gloves and dive into the trash nearby. But I advise you not to do that. The video of the day is over. If you like it, don't forget to press like and finally subscribe and turn on notifications to avoid missing any of our videos.